Your main man returns with yet another requested video. The requests are pouring in like rain. If I don't get your request, it's probably because I didn't write it down the first time. Feel free to request again, but give me like 2 months to get to them because I have lots of video ideas of my own, and I work these in periodically, and I don't like to post like 8 videos a day. So, give it a little time, but do feel free to repeat and repost because I'm sure there's plenty of them that I have missed over the time I've been doing this. I'm not even upfront about that. So, this one comes from Jack Futton. Jack Futton request is the babysitter NPC, Mary Sue's, etc. The character that is there to overshadow the PCs. Now, quite horrifically, I've had a lot of new game masters ask me this question. What about my player character? How do I play a character? Can I play a character when I run the game? The answer is unequivocally no. You cannot have a PC and be the game master. No, no, no. I'm going to be like the Lorax on your ass with that one. Popping out of a tree. Boom! You're trying to run a game. Boom! Right there. Your main man with his scraggly ass goatee and unshaven face pops out of the forest. No! 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 You just can't do it. It can't be done. The original way that I was taught to roleplay exactly was that style, so I have seen it done a lot. I have done it a lot, but I did it a lot when I was 10, when I was 11, when I was 12, when I was like maybe 13, before I really understood the intricacies. The first time I really got to play real role-playing game with a real understanding, I think it was like 14. When I was 15, I got really immersed in lots of games and found out how to get around with people that knew. It was just kind of the blind leading the blind. At that time, perhaps you might say I was the man with one eye, the king in the land of the blind, groping around with RPGs. But, geez, it was hard trying to learn all that. And that's why I have so much sympathy and spend so much time trying to educate, trying to show everything I've learned so that people don't have to make those mistakes, don't have to learn by subtraction. Because learning by subtraction can take a long time because there's a lot of things to minus out. Trying to learn by showing and setting an example, showing what has worked, and say, okay, this is what worked, this is why it worked. Try it, see if it works with your skills and tools. Tweak it, change it, transmogrify it to any shape, form, or fashion that you need or desire to get the job done. The job being to make them believe, to entertain them, and to bring them back next week. All of them, to have them. Basically, with your game being the highlight of the night, the thing in their week they're looking forward to, and they're working away at their lives, and so forth. Now, when you're talking about these Mary Sue characters, I've seen these, and they really seem to happen a lot in the frustrated writer's game. Because the frustrated writer, what he wants is an audience. He doesn't care about your characters. Your characters are completely superfluous, and you could play a one-eyed Tarrasque or a basilisk writing She-Ra. It doesn't matter what your character is. It doesn't make any difference. We're going to start here, we're going to finish here, and all along the line, the same thing are going to happen. You might get some slightly different dialogue from your characters, but you're going to go here, and then you're going to go here, and then you're going to go here. It's like a game I used to play with my son when he was little. Now you're over here, and 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 now you're over here. What I do, I sit in there and I turn him around, and I'm like, how to dance, and now you're over here. So I flip him and go, now you're over here, and now you're over here. And I put this little tone beat to it, and he had a good time with it. This is when he was real little, like under a year. So now you're over here aside. Now you're over here, and what over here is a horrible game. You're stuck in it. The game master doesn't care about your characters, first of all, when they're doing it. They care about this character that they've made, and what you are is an audience for them to endure their terrible game, to endure their terrible story, to endure this terrible character of theirs. You have to have flex room as a game master. For me, that's why I always say make the NPCs make the settings. If I have my settings, if I have my NPCs, how far can you go? You're, outside of what you get, like maybe teleporting and stuff like that, you got to walk around, right? So you can walk over here, over there. We can spend weeks and days, go from one city to the next, go through terrain, go through woods and wilderness and settings. I can map all that out. It's not a problem. You can deal with the various temples and mage guilds and bureaucratic organizations, leaders. Got all those guys mapped out, and the plots can spontaneously combust organically. It's not that, really, all that is not all that difficult to do. But the frustrated game master railroad you hard, man. It's like hell on wheels, and you are going to be on that game. And you're not going to be tight like the Swede either, because he's my joint in tar and feather. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all, the characters right around that rail, and you will be rode out of the rail in a town to the next point. You're not going to have any. He doesn't want to put your characters over. He doesn't want to have his NPCs are not going to do any jobs for you. Not that all NPCs should be just jobbing left and right to you. That creates a problem too. But those NPCs will be doing the job for his Mary Sue character. It's going to be Goldberg up in that piece. Just spare jackhammer, another win, not deserved at all. A piece of trash like Goldberg, one of the worst of all time. And that's just what this Mary Sue character is. For me, you playing one of my games, you will immediately become aware that your characters are special. And that specialness attracts people that want to use you and are way more powerful than you are starting out. Probably in the end, you will still have people that are way more powerful. Stepping to them would probably result in getting taken out like that. You gotta be smart. You gotta deal with things. But while I have those characters, I'm not gonna have a game going around with you. I got screwed one time recently, in the last Forgotten Realms game I ran, the campaign I ran. They got one of the really powerful characters to go with them. Like, I usually have all kinds of reasons, like, designed around why they can't. I was like, fucker. Like, they trapped me into bringing that character with them. Because there was no real way that number one thing, again, is the believability. So I said, okay, you guys gonna force me to do this? You're gonna get that treatment. See if you do that again. That, of course, a little education there. Yeah, you might be able to do this, but she's gonna be doing it, not you. And, you're gonna de-situate yourselves. For me, as a player, I never, ever ask a game master to bring NPCs along. They're taxing. They're taxing on a game master. They can be annoying and irritating. You play them and run them, but you don't want to get all caught up in tedious combat and all this extra stuff and the clerics that goes along with a group that you forget to role play or even roll initiative for often. That, my friend, is a huge immersion killer when halfway through the combat, one of the players raises their hand and goes, "Hey, where's Jamie the Cleric?" Oh! Yeah, you don't want to get caught with that one. Well, I have seen Jamie the Cleric be forgotten over and over and over. Certainly forgotten to be role-played and often forgotten to be rolled initiative for. And some pathetic, lame answer will follow. "Oh, she's just standing over there picking her nose." "Oh, really? That's what she's doing. Okay. Well, three of us are already dead. She couldn't have come over and maybe cured somebody. That's, after all, her only form and function in the universe, to be this pathetic roaming heel bot, and knowing that party has the sight to actually want to get holy with the gods and be appropriately praiseful." So that type of character side, again, don't like those either. But we're talking about Mary Sues, and the Mary Sues we're talking about are these babysitters that want to protect the PCs. Well, what they want to do is overshadow the PCs, especially with a frustrated writer. They can work like a sheep herder, but not the sheep herders, because they used to work stiff, and they would bust you open, particularly if you were Tommy Rogers. I'm talking about steel cage matches, UWF, with buckets and buckets of blood, not the bushwhackers. If anyone actually gets anything what I just said there, please leave a comment, because I will vote that up and will enjoy that comment. So that aside, as I've completely lost like 99% of my audience, the characters are made to be not special when you do this as a game master. Remember, can you play a character as the game master? No. You play multitudes of non-player characters. There's a reason your characters are called non-player and the other characters are called player characters. They get one. They show up and get one, and they concentrate on you. You have to divide your attention between lots of characters. And your NPC might be special. You present it well. Do him for all he's worth, but it's not his game. He's not running out there getting the treasure, doing the loot. He's not out there developing everything that the players are. Just to say, basically this, the camera is not on him, at least not much. Every once in a while, you might be like, okay, and we're going to do this scene for this NPC. And you can do that sparingly here and there. And that can really kind of like throw the pace different. Oh, you can get real interested in seeing something like that. And it's just off the books, not for the players, but for the actual players, not for the characters. But when that character is constantly there, just to steal the heat, we'll be calling it this air conditioner. That's the term I come up with. If you come in and everything has to be about you. If you're bringing it in, And instead of letting the players get over, letting the players get heat, letting the players become something that matters, you're like, oh no. You know, the player, for example, builds up this big feud with an NPC, and they come and they step to him finally. After it's all been built up, but it's the time when they're finally supposed to get that Rocky II moment and get the win and get the belt. They go in, but they get beat down. And then guess who runs in and gets the win? Oh, that's right. It's the Game Master's PC. Ooh, what is it? It's booty. We know that's true. So that character comes in, steals the glory, steals the kudos, steals the thunder, and everyone's like, oh, but. And the character just sheepherds you along, pushes you to that final ending that has been predetermined, that will not vary, will not be any bit different. A world in which your actions mean absolutely nothing. Player actions should mean more than anything else. You know, you have to honor them. That's the agreement. It's like, okay, you're going to do something. I'm going to honor that. You might have just jacked yourself or someone else or kind of messed up certain other ideas I had, but we'll work around that. Okay? Because that's what happened. So whatever obstacle that is a Game Master challenge to try to figure out, okay, well, where do we go from there? You know, if they throw you what I call a K-ball, and because I'm player Kevin, it's always K-ball. I mean, God damn it. Really? That's what you're going to... I'll work a scenario like 20 ways. I'll literally have 20 ways. I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't see that one. Okay, K factor. All right, special K. So, you know, you got to flex those improv skills. That's what I talk about them so much, you know, not to just burn those improv skills out on everything in the game, but to have a lot of structure and things planned out. So when you need to flex that improv muscle, when you need to start pulling things out of your ass, it's good material. It's not just, you know, you're not so taxed that you're like, oh, what can I come up with? You know, and I think that's very important to do. I think as a game master, playing a character is horrible, and that you shouldn't make this character that's God, I think the worst thing you can do is like the game master, like trying to make them as a character, also to be badass, also to shine and flex on you. Just horrible. Again, make sure you understand that playing a badass, powerful character is perfectly fine, but he shouldn't be running around and tagging up with the PCs in our business, constantly with them, constantly getting the glory in the spotlight. He should be like off to the side, like a mentor, like he's the Mr. Fuji to their demolition. You understand? He's not coming in as Crush trying to get a big push. And push Axe off to the side, you understand? He's not an individual that's there to get all the glory. He can facilitate things, can give knowledge, can definitely flex muscle on him at times, but shouldn't be there all the time, continuously trying to route the PCs to do what the Game Master wants. Shouldn't be the voice, the speaking voice of the Game Master. No NPC should ever be that. That's horrible. Never, ever do as a Game Master. Never allow a PC to be your speaking voice, or an NPC to be your speaking voice, I mean. The NPC should only be his own voice. And when players think, "Oh, I was supposed to do that," you're like, "Well, you were supposed to listen to an NPC. You can if you want, but you do what you need to do because they aren't me. None of them are. They're their own individual with their own thoughts and motives and plots. And if you listen to them, you might get caught up, good or bad. And that's how NPCs should be. They should be the framework of the game. Really, is your NPCs, and the PCs are kind of right there in the middle. Those are your stars. Those are your star characters in the series. You might have more badass or powerful looking characters in the series, and they might be like a special guest star. That's fine. Like a character comes along and does some important stuff. He shouldn't be questing. He shouldn't be like in the pack. Things like that. You know, you want to get PCs to do that. Or if you have an NPC with them, like it's probably better to like make the NPC weak, particularly at least in one area, because then they can kind of have like a henchman or like that one little drag along NPC. Because then he's not gonna overstep him, at least not very much. Every once in a while he can, like that henchman could come to the forefront and get that push, and that can be real cool because everyone's like, oh, he got beat down, and finally he got that one win. Everyone's like, yeah, you know, it can be kind of cool, like a little Rudy type story, and that can be not a Rudy Poo, but a Rudy, you understand? And that can be really kind of interesting and exciting in its own right. When it's expected, when it's dreary, when it drags the play action down, you know, you want to nix that right off the bat.